from James to Wade to bring Miami within a point.
I think if you're Frank Vogel, you've got to make a decision here. Do you bring back Granger? Because it makes your defensive matchups better. It would take Barbosa potentially off of Wade. And I'm not sure that Barbosa can handle him down there right now.
Shot clock down to 3, 2. Barbosa has to fire one up. Wade has hit on his last 5 shots. Moves it across as we come up on 2 to go here on the 4th. Wade with the step. Wade to the reverse. Knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Hibbert.
Here was that play. Just a little misdirection. Got LeBron to turn his head. And West takes advantage. But if you're Indiana, you've got to continue to pound the ball inside. That last possession, Barbosa ends up with a 30-footer. And he'll check out. Granger back in. Better defensive matchups for the Pacers.
Now 2 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Wade rebounded by Hibbert.
They put Roy Hibbert in that pick and roll again just to get him to extend out. Miami can get an open jump shot almost any time when they run that action. Wade just couldn't knock it down.
Hill trying to use the pick. Hill fires. Rebounded by James. Miami down by a point. Here is LeBron. Puts the brakes. Rejected. What a play by Paul George as he came over to help out, and then George is fouled, so he will go to the line and shoot a couple.
Boy, what action. LeBron with a spectacular hesitation move, gets around Hibbert, then the pump fake. He's thinking, I'm about to put my team up 1, and George comes out of nowhere, and here's the foul on Wade.
And that is number 4 on Wade, so George to the line for the first time. He's an 80% free throw shooter during the regular season. Paul George goes 6'9". Long arm, so was able to come up with that blocked shot. However, missed on the first. We're down to 1 minute and 20 remaining in this 4th quarter.
What a grind, Marv, for both teams. Just so difficult to find an open look. Look at the numbers, too. Indiana, 20 turnovers and 10 assists.
George missing on both. Here comes Chalmers. James played by Granger.
I would expect Hibbert to be involved in a pick and roll here.
Shot clock to 3. Down to 2. Wade. James one-hands it, and a foul on Indiana. Foul on Granger. That is number 6. For Danny Granger, departing with 11 points, 6 rebounds, but shot just 5 for 14. Had that 1 spree in the 3rd quarter.
Pretty good effort, though, Marv. He battled LeBron the entire game. He was aggressive offensively in the second half. Really brought his team back. But now for Indiana, you go back to Barbosa, which might help you on the offensive end, but it's a problem on the defensive end.
James 8 of 11 at the line. So both teams missing key free throws here down the stretch.
I think it's fatigue. I mean, this has been a wrestling match for 47 minutes now. I think both clubs just exhausted here trying to close this thing out.
James misses on both. Run down by George, who takes a timeout. We saw Wade miss a free throw. We saw George miss 2 free throws. And now LeBron.
Wade made a couple of jump shots and posted up Barbosa on that one. And that's how we're here. Pacers by 1 with 53 seconds to go. And what do you do now if you're Indiana? I think Hibbert and West are both exhausted. I still think you've got to find a way to go inside and not bail Miami out with a long jump shot. Remember, long jump shot can lead to transition. for the Heat.
Leandro Barbosa back inbounds. Down to 45 seconds remaining on the fourth as Hill gets inside. He's trapped in there, flipped it up. Chased down by Barbosa with the new clock. Hibbert rejected and fouled.
Boy, I thought Barbosa had West for a wide open layup. Instead, he took it all the way to the rim. This is an amazing sequence. The offensive board goes Indiana's way. Great hustle by everybody on the Pacers. And right here, just throw it to West. He's got a layup. Battier was down. And in the end, Hibbert's going to have to make a couple free throws instead.
Foul on Anthony. Hibbert is 3 of 4, all back in the first quarter. 71% during the regular season, so free throws costing both teams. Indiana with that 1-point lead. We're down to 32 seconds to go, and Hibbert gets the roll on the second. Miami takes the down by 2 with 32 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. James Jones checking in, and he will inbound.
Both teams going small. Frank Vogel taking Hibbert off the floor, and Eric Spoelstra putting James Jones on the court.
LeBron James, played by Paul George. Shot clock at 10. Wade curling in, came up short, rebounded by George, and the foul is given on Hill. Jones picks up the foul with 14 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. Paul George, an 80% free throw shooter during the season, but 0 for 2 tonight.
Well, it looked like Wade got the angle. He normally completes that. The floor is spread with three-point shooters, so no rim protection, but Wade just can't complete the play.
It's George Hill at the line, not Paul George. So Hill was fouled. He is 5 for 5 at the line. And Conley hits the first. Timeouts remaining. Indiana has a full under 20. Miami with 2 20s, and both teams are over the foul limit.
Yeah, Eric Spoelstra will call one immediately after this free throw. Obviously, this is the big one for George Hill.
It is tipped to the backcourt. Hill chasing down. And did he step out? Yes, he did. He's trying to deflect it off the foot. And here's a look here as Hill puts the speed on and tried to save it, but stepped out as he tried to deflect it off the foot of Dwayne Wade. So Miami and Indiana has come away with a victory here in Miami to tie the series at 1. The Heat had won 13 consecutive playoff games here at home. What an effort by the Pacers, who were struggling in the first half. Could not find the range as we take a look at that final attempt by Chalmers.
Pretty good look at it. Nice play drawn up by Spoelstra. And he elects to go with Chalmers. I think that was the right call because LeBron and Wade both were really struggling. And they were decoys, basically, so they got the good luck, but it was Indiana's toughness and grit that got this win.
Solid second half for the Pacers, and one of the stars for Indiana in that second half, David West, who finished with 16 points, 10 rebounds, and he's with Cheryl.
Well, David, just moments ago you were screaming one game, but so what? What does that mean to you?
Well, we can't celebrate over this. You know, this is not the end all for us. We don't just want to win one game. You know, our mindset is to come out and